Hey guys, what's up? 𝐿𝐷𝑒𝑠, TopTradingReviews.com. Today is the 4th of April 2019. Let's get started. So today I'm making a support and resistance video of basically how to spot support and resistance levels. So it's a very simple video. It's not going to be anything advanced. So if you're an advanced Forex trader, you probably know all this stuff. I'm making this super beginner and basically just how to spot support and resistance from a empty chart. So what we want to do is go to tradingview.com. That is my charting software I always use. I've been trading Forex for a while now and that's the main one I go to. So basically what we want to spot is certain levels of pressure. What I mean by pressure is buying and selling pressure. Let's have a look. So if we just go through here, this is the daily chart. So each candle represents 1 day, 24 hours. So if we just draw a rectangle over here, bang, drag it out like that. It's on a daily candle, obviously, but just drag it out like that. It doesn't have to be super accurate at the moment, but as you can see, this was a support and a resistance as well. Basically a support at the bottom, it just bounced back. A lot of wicks, a lot of these candle tails have been bounced back. Obviously it has been broken a few times, but that happens with trading. And then it was, counted as resistance over here a little bit. This wick, this green wick was nearly touching the resistance line, so we could count that as well. Obviously over here and over here and over here. So this zone over here that I marked is a very big selling and buying pressure zone, vice versa. As you can see, you want to, a lot of people were buying over here, buying. Now people are selling. If it's gonna reach this level, let's say 115500, around this level, everyone's gonna be selling it. Unless it breaks to the upside, then it's gonna be a buy. It's just very simple. So let's have a look at other stuff. Where do we see another support zone or resistance zone? It doesn't matter how you call it because it acts as both ways. It just depends on which market direction it is at the moment. But anyway, look, boom. We see a support over here. Obviously, this support was broken at the moment in the latest. But if we just mark this up, it was potentially a very good support zone. Bounce back over here, bounce back over here. Obviously broke a little bit over here, but then bounce back here, touched here, touched here, then broke out. And now we could be expecting, if this move goes up a little bit, there could be a lot of selling pressure. But obviously this is 𝐬𝐸 and is at the moment on a trending down channel, obviously, so it could be going up a little bit, touch this blue zone and go down. But more about trends later on. Let's not go off topic. As I said, it's supposed to be super easy. So 𝐬𝐸, and then obviously you could mark over here as well, as a resistance zone, because there's a lot of touches. Basically what you're aiming for with support and resistance, you want to see a lot of touches. Obviously this could be support and resistance as well. In this zone over here, there's a lot of touches over here. Touch. As you can see, you could make it a little bit bigger because it is a zone. So you see there's a lot of touches, and basically it's a resistance zone. It's a zone where a lot of selling and buying pressure is happening. So basically what you do, you just mark the main ones and you just go from there. And then you just draw some trend lines, maybe add the Fibonacci or something, and then you will understand where the market's heading. Obviously you can do that with the monthly, weekly, daily. I do it with monthly, weekly and daily, and then I know the market direction anyway, the overall direction. That's all important. And then obviously you can add some fundamental analysis, like read about the economical news, what's going on in the world. Is GBP strong? Is US dollar weak? Who knows? Economical news happens every day, so if you want to see some news, fxstreet.com is the website to go to. I use that one, but there's a ton of websites to use, so you can just Google it if you don't like FX Street for some reason. Let's draw some support and resistance lines on other pairs. Let's say GBP USD. What do we see over here? So can you spot support and resistance lines at the moment? Let's just mark it. Okay, so there was a lot of pressure over here. Look, we just draw this. It doesn't have to be super accurate at the moment, because we're drawing it, then we can, you know, balance it out a little bit. As you can see, there was a lot of, this was a support, it bounced back, then it was a support again, then it was a resistance. As you can see, it bounced back as a resistance, 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 resistance. Then it didn't touch that, then it went down proper bad. Obviously went up, touched again, it broke out a little bit, but it's obviously not enough, so we could mark this like that and be sure that it's not breaking at the moment. So can you spot the support line for this resistance zone? At the moment, it doesn't seem like a good support zone at the moment. If we just draw it over here, it's not the best one. There were some bounces, obviously. There were some bounces over here, bounce over here. But these are not the best bounces, and they're not definite. Obviously, we can see some bounces over here as well. This little zone is kind of a good zone as well to mark. So as you can see, the candles over here, so if it goes down till here, you know, it's a quite a confident maybe buy signal. But at the moment, if we look at the market itself, it's kind of trending. You see, it's on this trending channel. Sorry if I'm drawing it really bad, I'm kind of making a video. So there we go, it's kind of trending at the moment. As you can see, it's making higher highs. Obviously not very big ones, but nonetheless, it might be going up again. So if our support zone, this middle rectangle zone that I marked, is actually accurate, it should push this red candle going up eventually, you know, throughout like 1 or 2 days time. So we'll see about that. But tomorrow is non-farm payroll news, so don't quote me on this. Non-farm payroll is very volatile, and it just goes both ways sometimes for like 5 minutes, and then it just chooses a direction. So if you're gonna trade non-farm payroll, you know, take profit and stop loss levels, double them, because you're gonna get kicked out from the market quickly. Anyway, let's draw some other support and resistance. AUD/USD. So where do we see support and resistance over here? We can obviously see something like this, where is like a channel over here. These are very easy, you know, when something like this happens, that's what I call a channel. It just kind of moves in the same, you know, up and down direction, and it just doesn't break. There we go, it was broken, as you can see, but then it bounced back. As you can see, this was a support, but it went down and then went up, and it acted as a resistance, like as a ceiling, you know, and it pushed the market down, and then acted as a ceiling again, and it pushed the market down, as you can see. And then it nearly, as you can see, this green wick, it nearly touched this resistance again, and then went back down. And that's what we want to see. That's a very confident zone at the moment. Obviously, these zones don't last forever, you know, so they might just not be there. The sellers, you know, the sellers who are pushing the market at the moment, as you can see, like push down, might just not be there, and they won't be pushing it, and the market's just gonna go back up. However, this depends on fundamental news, and if there's any big fish in the market that's gonna push the market down or up, depending on the situation. However, yeah, that's how you spot it. Very easy. Obviously, over here it's a little bit more difficult, as you can see, because it's kind of obviously not consolidating so much anymore. So what we want to do is, you know, draw it around here. As you can see, there was a lot of pressure, you know. It pushed back over here, touched here, pushed back over here. Obviously it braked out, but then it kind of touched, you know, consolidate a little bit on this zone. So this little zone that I marked is obviously a buying and selling pressure as well, because look in this zone over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row it touched, you know, this zone. It touched and went back down, touched and went back down. And if you like entered this trade over here, let's say, where this red candle over here is, but it was a green one, obviously tried to break it. If you entered this trade over here on this zone, you would have made a lot of money. Actually, let's just see how much you would have made. Let me just find, there we go. You would have made, let's say you would have your stop loss around here. take profit around here. So you would have made 114 pips profit just, you know, by this candle over here alone. So that's crazy, but that's how you do it. And then obviously touch here again, and then went down again. And then again, it went up, 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 up. Look, touched again, and then it went down. As you can see, this is how you spot them. You just look for a lot of wicks and candles that are not breaking the support and resistance line, but literally touching it, just a touch, you know, touch, and then it goes to the other direction, depending on whether you're looking at support or resistance. But that's very easy. And then obviously we can see the obvious support line over here. A lot of touches, as you can see, never broke, it nearly broke, then it broke out, then it went back up. Obviously happens, these support and resistance lines are not 100% correct, but look, as you can see, touch over here, then broke out a little bit, but then went back, and then touch. There's a million opportunities to trade. Obviously each touch that happened, you could have entered the trade and made a lot of money. So hopefully, guys, you understand a little bit more on the support and resistance side of things. Hopefully I explained it well. I'm not very good at explaining stuff. I'm more of a introvert, and I kind of keep everything in myself, you know, in my mind. I'm trying to be as helpful as possible. Hopefully this video helps. If you want me to create other videos on how to enter trades properly, I can do that as well. And we can, you know, do some advanced videos, maybe, you know, use support and resistance plus trend lines plus Fibonacci plus maybe some indicators as well. You know, there's a lot of things you can go for and do things, but the main one you need to learn is support and resistance, trend lines, and then how to enter a trade properly. If you enter the trade in the right moment, you will always make money, and you need to obviously manage your capital as well. Also, if you want to join the Easy Trade app or the Auto Trading Hub, links will be down in the description below. 250 minimum deposit. I recommend more for leverage, and take care, guys. Have a nice day and goodbye.